4th of July and we're at a party and there's fireworks, and we're really excited because our friends are doing them this year. All of a sudden though, one of our friends thinks that it's a really great idea to direct a firework at us, and we try to take cover as we're screaming, but it's too late. All of a sudden we feel a burning sensation and pass out as we hear sirens. Fireworks are beautiful and fun to set off, but they're an entertaining form of recreational activity, oftentimes to celebrate important events. But they do have hazards, and if they're not properly handled, in most cases they can be extremely dangerous, and they can lead to serious injury or death. Because of this, I feel that more precautions or restrictions should be put in place to help prevent these things. Today I'm going to briefly cover hazards of fireworks, the consequences of improper handling, and what precautions or restrictions can be put in place. So let's get started with the hazards. Fireworks are fun, and they're a great form of entertainment, but like everything else we do, there's also a risk involved. Every single firework has to have a hazard label, and according to the United States Consumer Production Safety Commission, which they're on their website, which is a government-run website, each label has to have the hazard of whatever that firework emits. So, for example, if the firework says that it's going to emit raining sparks, then the label has to obviously clearly state that. And obviously each firework is going to be different because all the fireworks made vary from each other. So there are fireworks, the hazards are listed on the label, but there are also hazards that aren't listed on the label, and those hazards are hazards for people. And for example, it doesn't state on the label that if you swing around a sparkler, it's going to hit someone on the face. That's obviously a hazard that's attached to that firework, but not one that is set on the label. And these firework hazards are often preventable, but sometimes improper handling of the fireworks can lead to consequences. And improperly handling fireworks can make them extremely dangerous, and they lead to serious injury or death. The National Fireworks Service Association states that in 2011, fireworks caused an estimated 17,000 reported fires, and that these fires actually resulted in an estimated 40 civilian injuries and $32 million in direct property damage. In 2013, U.S. hospital emergency rooms treated an estimated 11,000 people for fireworks-related injuries. And the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, which is another site that is run by the government, states that children younger than 15 years of age accounted for 35% of the estimated 2014 injuries. And nearly half of them were estimated to fireworks in individuals that were 20 years of age or younger. And the staff of this company also received reports of 11 non-occupational fireworks-related deaths occurring in 10 incidents during 2014, and 7 of those victims were direct impacts of fireworks. So you obviously can kind of tell from those statistics the results of improper handling of fireworks. There are different injuries that are sustained. Some of them include head injuries, dismemberment of limbs, and burns all over the body. And the persons that sustain those injuries are the people that are doing the improper handling, but not only them, it's also the people around them that they put in danger. And those injuries, if you can go ahead and see real quick, I didn't want to show you anything too graphic. These pictures are from an article in the Washington Post. They're actually just dummies portraying what would happen. This character right here, he went back to go and actually check on a firework because it didn't go off after he lit it. And then this one right here is of a little girl with a sparkler, and she wasn't paying attention and she burned her friend. And so just a couple stories for you to kind of that I want to share with you about personal incidences. I had a friend who decided it was a great idea to go to the middle of the desert and, with his friends, and he decided to shoot Roman candles at each other. Thankfully, a police officer came and intervened, but if he hadn't intervened, who would have known what could have happened? And another story happened to my dad. And my dad one day was setting off fireworks for us. He was setting off an M80, and that M80 didn't go off, so we went back to go and check it. And as he went and approached it, the firework exploded right there in the middle of the street. Thankfully, my dad he wasn't close enough to get seriously injured, but he did receive a few burns. So incidences such as these, where one lacks awareness and the other one is just sheer stupidity, combined with something already dangerous, leads to my should have more precautions and restrictions on fireworks. There are different things that can be done to prevent tragedy, and those things include putting more requirements or restrictions on who can handle the fireworks. There already are some sort of restrictions in place. It just varies from state to state. Sometimes there are age limits. Other times there are restrictions on what type of fireworks you can buy and where you can set them off. But I personally feel that more needs to be done. I feel that maybe before fireworks are bought, there should be a 2-minute training video to inform people and make them become aware of the things that can happen if they improperly handle these fireworks. Or maybe even some of the more dangerous fireworks, make them not so readily accessible to people. So let's leave those off. Let's let the professionals handle those more dangerous fireworks. So not always will using fireworks end tragically or sustain injury, but there's always that possibility. There's always the possibility of something happening. And that possibility increases when the fireworks are improperly handled. When they do so, they're putting themselves in danger, and those people are putting themselves in danger, and they're putting the people around them in danger. And they don't realize, a lot of the time they don't realize that they're improperly handling them because they lack awareness. My dad didn't know that he wasn't supposed to go back. And because of things like this, I feel that more precautions and restrictions need to be put into place to be able to help people become aware and safe.
We clap.